it may only be June, but the Patriots already are starting to own the AFC East. I'm Alex Barth. He is Evan Lazar. This is the FOXBORO Report, powered by betonline.ag. Visit CLNSmedia.com/win today and use the promo code CLNS50 for 50% cash back. All right, Evan, just a quick wrap around to look at the rest of the division. We've been here this week. The other AFC East teams have held minicamp, and a couple of the headlines coming out of each camp. Le'Veon Bell is struggling in New York. The big tweet, his first carry was for loss of 4 yards, but apparently...
one carry, we're going to
apparently he's had some trouble outside of that.
Yeah.
Josh Allen threw a couple of picks in Bill's minicamp. Didn't sound like any of them were really close. Again, we're just going off on Twitter. We're not there, but this is what it sounds like. Meanwhile, the Dolphins, they wrapped up minicamp early,
a day early,
so half their coaching staff could leave and come back to New England to get their Super Bowl rings. I mean, this is just, it's a never-ending cycle.
I know you enjoy this. Like, this is something that you love.
What's not to
just
enjoy?
Piling on the rest of the AFCs. I think that the good news for Buffalo Bills fans, so far at least,
a sentence nobody ever uses.
Everybody outside of Josh Allen, it sounds like, are coming along the way that they expected.
That's the quarterback.
Right?
It's kind of important.
But I think that's kind of what we knew about the Bills. We knew the Bills were going to have a competitive roster.
That's fair, yeah.
It was just the quarterback position as the biggest question mark. I think the Bills as a roster are a playoff team. But I just think it all depends on what Josh Allen gives them at that spot. If Josh Allen can give them what like Mitchell Trubisky gave the Bears last year, I think this team could win 9 or 10 games. But if he gives you a complete, utter disgrace of a second season, maybe like Blake Bortles,
I'm
then we
thinking
have
a little more like Blake Bortles. Yeah,
then we have some big problems. But
all right, how worried
where
are
is
you
he on that scale?
The one I really want to get into is Le'Veon Bell.
I think
because
this is overblown.
Look, we know Le'Veon Bell could succeed in his early 20s in the Steelers system. He's now in his late 20s. He's taken a year off of football, and he's in an entirely new offense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be a bum this year. He's going to be a factor, but is he going to be worth the money? Is he going to be worth the hype? Is he going to be worth waiting the year? How much can he realistically give the Jets?
Well, I think the two things that the Jets did this offseason to help both Sam Darnold and obviously Le'Veon Bell and, back and forth with this is that Adam Gase is, supposed to be a good offensive-minded coach, and also they added a few guys on the offensive line, which was really a weak spot for them last year to make that offensive line better. You sign a running back to the deal that they signed him to, you draft a quarterback 3rd overall, you better be able to protect and run block. So I think that's where it all starts. I have no concerns that Le'Veon Bell is going to be a good player, but is he going to be a good player for your fantasy team, or is he going to translate that into wins for the Jets? That's a whole other question. I still think that Le'Veon Bell is going to be a good fantasy player. I think he's going to have over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, probably double-digit touchdowns, but the question is how much is that really going to matter in the win column?
Could very well be empty yardage. All right, real quick here before we wrap it up. Any other storylines from this week around all 32 minicamps that you're keeping an eye on?
I think the one thing that I noticed, and it started with a lot of the videos that have come out at Browns camp, and it all ended with a lot of the videos that have come out at Giants camp with Daniel Jones throwing deep balls. The Patriots don't do things here to make their players look impressive so that we can tweet about it and put it on social media.
If anything, it's the opposite.
That Julian Edelman, juked somebody out of his shoes like Odell did in a 7-on-7, going at 65%, like the Browns media did the other week, or that Daniel Jones is throwing a better deep ball than Eli Manning. The Patriots don't do that kind of stuff. They don't really care about all of that. So I think that's the biggest difference between the Patriots minicamp and some of these other teams' minicamps. Some of these other teams really want to show out. They want to put Odell Beckham one-on-one with a corner with all this room so that the media can ooh and ah over him running routes in a Cleveland Browns uniform. We don't get that in New England. None of these guys have
No, we do not.
Yeah.
So that is kind of a quick around the AFC East, get you all caught up, and of course we'll have you throughout the offseason and into training camp, everything you need to know as it pertains to the Patriots and the division. This edition of the FOXBORO Report has been powered by betonline.ag. Visit CLNSmedia.com/win today and use the promo code CLNS50 for 50% cash back. From Gillette Stadium, he's Evan Lazar. I'm Alex Barth for the FOXBORO Report. Thanks for watching.